Sergeant Ishmael Castillo, U.S. Marine Corps. Presenting the colors tonight are Cadet Serrano, Cadet Navaez, Cadet Lamb, and Cadet Jackson. Fans, if you could all please stand. Gentlemen, remove your caps so we can honor America with the playing of our United States national anthem, performed tonight by the Stony Point High School choirs, under the direction of Randy Preston. Thank you very much, Stony Point High School choirs, for your rendition of our national anthem. Please remain standing until the color guard has left the field of play. Thank you.
Welcome to Stony Point Tigers football on the Vype Live Network, presented by our MVP sponsor, the Stacy Group. Our diamond sponsors, Don Hewlett Chevrolet Buick, Hewlett Volkswagen, and Rudy's Texas Barbecue. And our platinum sponsors, Ally Medical Emergency Room and Club Car Wash. Stony Point Tigers football on Vype Live is also brought to you by our gold level sponsors, Active Sports Therapy and Rehabilitation, Buddy's Burger, Marco's Pizza, Premier Roofing, TJSN4 Vision Photography, and VeraBank. And our blue level sponsors, Alley's Way, Corridor Title, First Texas Bank, Mighty Fine Burgers, Prosperity Bank, Rita's Italian Ice and Frozen Custard, and Tony C's Pizza. And now, along with producer and color analyst Jacoby Cabot, here's the voice of the Stony Point Tigers, Tyler Ulsis.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of high school football here in the great state of Texas. Thursday night lights here at Dragon Stadium, home of the Stony Point Tigers. They have the Jaguars of Johnson High School visiting all the way from Buda. We got a hot one here today, just under 100 degrees it says for the feels like temperature, and it's going to take a toll on these players for sure. Field not completely covered by shade, but slowly getting there as we've seen the press box shadow move across the stadium. Jaguars won the toss and they will choose to receive. Jacoby, we got a good one here. We got Stony Point coming off the win and Buda coming off of a loss off their first games of the year, and back here for another edition of Thursday Night Lights.
Yeah, you're correct. I mean, last game was a very good one for these Stony Point Tigers. Ready to see what they have in store today for us and these fans here today.
Had a good crowd on hand too. Of course, Stony Point in the shade, and predominantly sitting to our right side. The band in perfect shade almost, except for the top rows, and a little pooch kick up top is bobbled and hits the knee of a Jaguar. We'll see who has it. Referee's got to get under the scramble of bodies. Boy, that was not fielded cleanly and hit a knee on the way up. No signal yet. It will be Jaguar ball as the signal is made. Close call there to start things off. 6 seconds in this one, you almost give the ball back.
Yeah, they got to make sure to hold on to that ball.
It's always tough for those guys, the up backs, not necessarily used to controlling the football or touching the football on a kickoff return, so dicey situation. And Jonah Montgomery takes the field, 1st and 10. There's the handoff up the middle, gains a couple before a couple of Tigers bring him down after a gain of about 2.
Stop for a short gain. Close to 3 yards on the play.
Short gain on the play, 2nd and 7 officially.
Point Tigers, the defensive line made the tackle. 2nd and 7. Ball at the 33.
Jonah Montgomery last game 3 for 8 for 59 yards and a touchdown. This is a Johnson team that comes in 0-1, lost 49-31 against Cedar Ridge at home last week. Of course, Stony Point with the win on last Thursday, 42-20 against Eastview.
Yeah, and they was pretty dominant that last game, these Stony Point Tigers. So
Had nearly 500 yards of offense as Johnson tries to the outside, breaks a tackle, and can't break a second. That was Johnny Beck on the jet sweep. Got out of an ankle tackle to pick up a few yards and picks up a 3rd and manageable.
23 was in on the play. Brock Sumter. That brings up 3rd down, Tiger Nation.
Jonathan Beck had 2 carries for 68 yards and a touchdown.
37.
3rd and short here early on for this Tiger defense. Man in motion. Montgomery will take it himself. Stopped initially, tries to spin out of it, nowhere to go, and lost a couple.
And that's what you want to see if you're a Tigers football fan. You want to see this defense come in, make big time stops, and I mean that whole drive they did pretty good. And I'm liking their defense so far.
Yeah, that was Jace Teller there on the run. Great. We saw this last week too. The defensive line of Stony Point, very impressive. The linebackers and corners especially did not miss many tackles. We saw a missed tackle there on the opening drive, but still nothing lost. No first down gained for Johnson, and they will have to punt here on 4th and 4 from their own 37. Punt is away, and a wobbly one heading towards the sideline, takes a huge Jaguar bounce and rolls inside the 25, now inside the 20, and will finally be down at the 17-yard line.
Looked like a very high kick right there. Got a good bounce on it.
Yeah, very awkward, had a very weird spin on it, too. You can see it. I thought it was coming towards the sideline and headed out of bounds, but no, it instead bounces and takes a huge Jaguar bounce. So now we have the Stony Point offense coming out in their blue tops, the white helmets and white pants. Buda in all whites. Again, this Stony Point offense put up nearly 500 yards of offense last game. 136 from Rhymes in the air, and here is first play of the game. Swing pass out to Oliver James. That was Kenneth Calbus. And his pass picks up 3. Calbus came in, had 1 touchdown and 1 interception. 3 for 7 overall for 126 yards. And again, that 1 touchdown, 1 interception. The 1 touchdown was a long pass to Tristan Rhymes. And Rhymes had 6 catches for 136 yards and 1 touchdown against Eastview. James still in the backfield. Low snap. There's the pass, and there is Rhymes, I believe. Nope, that is Olamide Aurorade.
And as you were stating, yes, very explosive last game. As we see now, they're trying to get the roll on, get some momentum. A lot of people in the stands here today, too, so that should be a huge factor for this team.
Yeah, home opener, always fun to play in front of your home crowd. And get things going before district season starts up, which will be next week for the Stony Point team, headed to Vandergrift. Man in motion. Here's the handoff. And stopped right away is Aiden Lloyden. Cut back right. And loss of a couple, loss of 3. They're going to say 2nd and 13 upcoming.
That tackle behind the line of scrimmage, Drake Yellow
Lloyden got a lot of carries, 13 carries for 52 yards, kind of the guy picking up a lot of the yards, the shifty running back, and then it was Marcus Milligan running the show, 19 carries, 166 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Had a few long ones as well as a couple of short ones.
Yeah, and the main part of that was the cutback lanes that was always open. See a nice swing pass here.
Here's Lloyd, and there's the shiftiness, that low center of gravity, picking up about 8 or 9 yards. That'll be a third and manageable.
And it's just so hard to tackle a running back when he's so low to the ground already as it is. Most of these dudes are taller than him, tower over him just a little bit, so it gets hard to tackle this running back.
Especially when they keep their feet moving, too. That's always an attribute you look for at this level. Can they keep their feet moving? And he did there. Back to pass, quick out route. And Aurora Day at the line. Actually, I think that might be Rhymes. Nope, James. Third time's a charm. James out there in the playing wide receiver. Went right at the line, and first down.
And that ball was placed pretty good right there. I mean, good throw, good catch. Only right there where the receiver can get it, enough for the first down. I mean, that's just what you love to see in a quarterback, and then a perfect connection right there.
Absolutely. And it wasn't bad coverage. Like, the defender was right there behind him, but like you said, only where the receiver could get it is now the jet sweep touch pass. Rhymes goes middle, now cuts back outside, stiff arm, and brought down to the ground. Good open field tackle. Jason Beck from the Jaguars prevents extra yards, but it is about a 9-yard gain for Rhymes on the jet sweep touch pass. Had a blocker if Beck didn't bring him down, had another blocker in space, and could have taken another 10-15 yards.
And they love this motion. Last week we saw a lot of this motion happening, and it's doing this team really good.
Run pass option, and ball comes out. They're going to say ball is down. Johnson comes out of the pile.
It's actually being marked down by contact.
Coach Carlin for the Jaguars was about 3 yards out on the field, pointing at it and wanting the ball. Nope, they're going to say down by contact. 3rd and 3 after the loss there. Got to be careful. Early turnovers can really put you behind the sticks, as now we've got press coverage on the receivers. Aurora Day with one-on-one coverage at the top. Calvis rolling left, fires left, and out of play. Had to get rid of it. 4th and 3. Is it too early to go for it? You're at midfield.
If you want to make a statement, go for it. If you want to play it, traditionally, go for the punt. I mean, as we've seen a lot, people like to go for it. Teams like to go for it. And it looks like...
Yeah, offense might be staying out there. Calvis has looked solid on that drive. I believe that's his first incompletion. Still deciding. Offense, well, now I think take the penalty instead. Play clock winding down. Nope, first time out instead. First time out, 5:50 to go, still scoreless here at Dragon Stadium when we come back.
Looking for a home in the premier 55 and better community of Sun City, Texas? Trust the realtors at the Stacy Group, located in the heart of Sun City. The Stacy Group specializes in buying and selling new and resale homes in the active adult Del Webb community in beautiful Georgetown, Texas. As the top producing real estate office for more than 25 years, the Stacy Group will put their Sun City knowledge to work for you. Visit thestacygroup.com today to learn more.
As we come back from the timeout, it's 4th and 3 for Stony Point at midfield.
Back here to start things off, and it was a major hit. Calvis under duress right away. Luke Grumbles with the big hit. And that'll bring up 1st and 10 for the Jaguars at the 50-yard line.
Yeah, the pressure coming in fast. I mean, last week we saw that he was very good at keeping his poise in that pocket right there, knock this down, and back to defense.
It was a really good offensive line showing last week, too, on run blocking and pass blocking. But not there, and now it's Jace Tello. Bobbles the snap. Now a little bit of a busted play and gets back to the line of scrimmage. Tello was the primary quarterback last week, 4 for 7 through the air, 47 yards, but also had 10 carries for 66 yards and a touchdown in that 49-31 loss at home against Cedar Ridge. Someone to watch in the passing game is going to be Colby Brown, number 88. Lined up at tight end here, had 4 catches for 97 yards. As Jaguars have split backs, man in motion. And it will be Tello trying the left side. And again, hole looks to be there for a split second. Tello takes a step towards it, and there are a couple of Tigers there.
I mean, they're closing these gaps pretty good right now. I mean, this defense is impressing me right now. Very quick to the ball, heads on a swivel, making sure that when they get there, they wrap up. And then, if they can't bring them down, they wait for a host of other Tigers to get there. And that's just what you love to see as a team effort.
3rd and long here, 3rd and 9 from the 49-yard line. After the 4th down stop, they've only managed to pick up a yard. Tello back to pass, swings it out right. Couple of Tigers there. Solid tackle. One goes high, one goes low, and that's just fundamental tackling there. A pickup of about 5, and it will be 4th down.
Again, they get to the ball gets out the quarterback's hand, and they're at the ball every time. Right there, as you just saw, team tackle, number 3 getting hyped. You just love to see it.
Played really impressive in that first half. Didn't allow a point against Eastview. Did let up, I believe it was 14 points in the 4th quarter, but those were on very long, sustained drives. They didn't let up any big, long plays during those drives, so Eastview was able to chip back and cut it to a 7-point game, but Stony Point offense finished things off. Man in motion. Tello tries the right side. And tackled. Brock Sumter. And it'll be back-to-back turnover on downs. Gotta say, this is very impressive. At the start of the season, too, you think, we talked about last week more of the procedural penalties that can kind of creep up early to start things off. Maybe nerves or kind of, early season anxieties are still there. But tackling was one thing we didn't have to mention last week because this team was so sound in their tackling. Showing it again here.
Yeah, this team just get to it. I mean, they got a defensive mindset where they're not afraid of nothing. If they're going to come hard. As we see a
handoff here. Mason Troyer in, handing the ball off. That was Lloyden. I kind of did this last week where Troyer came in the second drive and kind of took it for most of the rest of the first half. Ended up with impressive completion percentage, 9 for 11 for 126 yards and 1 touchdown. So both he and Calbas throwing for 126 yards.
Yeah, they love this dual quarterback system, and they also have a dual running back system, and it's doing them well. I mean, explosive, both quarterbacks and running backs. So I would keep going at it.
And this one goes right between Troyer's legs. Picks it up, fires, and incomplete pass. Probably the best possible option there is an incomplete pass and brings up 3rd and 9. Saw the pocket presence of Troyer last week. And Calbas really bouncing around the pocket, being flushed to the outside, but keeping their eyes downfield. And that was what was working for him. Able to extend plays last week. Unable to do it there, but we'll see what they can make of it. 3rd and 9 from the 45. Kind of a defensive standstill. Facing off here in the middle of the field. Troyer has time. Fires into double coverage and incomplete. Boy, the safety was looking for the hit instead of the ball. Justin Thompson, the intended receiver, and defender comes up the worst of it.
Fourth down and 9 yards to go for Stony Point.
And I like that. You know, try to look downfield. Don't see your first option, second option. Trying to go downfield. Got to be a little careful there, putting your receiver at a bad spot. But it's not a bad pass.
That wasn't a bad pass at all. I mean, Thompson was going to take a hit if he caught the ball. Defender did end up walking off under his own power, and Aurora Day with the grounder. This one bounces and returner wisely steps away, and this one rolls down. Battle of field position will tip in the favor of the Tigers.
And as you stated earlier, I mean, both of these defenses are here to play right now. I mean, this is a defensive standout game right here. Both defense not afraid to tackle, not afraid to get in the mix. And, I mean, that's just what you love to see. I mean, you want to get some offense in, but you got to love when a defense can come out there and not be scared of anything. Like cornerbacks coming in and hitting. I mean, all around, this defense is just playing today.
I believe this is Tello. Penalty flag before we start. A couple of Tigers pointing towards the offense. False start, that's going to be half the distance. So even closer to the end zone. And like you were saying, the defense being such in the spotlight this game so far, that just makes field possession even more critical. You get a good punt down there like this, then you have the opportunity to maybe give your offense an opportunity where you only need 10 to 20 yards and you can get a field goal or so. If you maybe have a bad punt, special teams also just a lot more highlighted when it's just a defensive game. Tello sends a man in motion. Hands it off on the jet sweep. Dangerous, able to get out of the end zone and find a hole. Boy, that was danger mode for a second.
Yeah, they was cutting it close right there. One good sound wrap up right there, and it would have been called a safety. I mean, managed to break out there, but still a long way to go for this team.
You can't really afford to be a patient runner when both feet are in the end zone and you're behind your own wide receiver. That was Noah Alejandro on the sweep. Tello now with 3 receivers to the near side. Play clock winding down, man in motion. Hands it off to the running back this time. Straight up the middle, nowhere to go. Maybe picks up a half a yard. Minute 30 left to go in this first quarter, and neither team has entered the red zone. Most of the game's been played on the left side of the field, left side of the 50.
Yeah, it's been hard for both teams to get close to their end zone. I mean, Stony Point at one point was at least past the 50-yard line, so.
Every first down so critical. Tello putting Johnny Beck in motion. Beck and Tello both wanted the ball, and instead they go to the ground. Deshaun Jones.
And I mean, it was a tricky spot right there. That linebacker played his role perfectly. He was sitting there, waiting. Quarterback, running back couldn't make a decision, and boom, down goes the play.
So again, still waiting on a first down for both these teams for quite a while. I think Stony Point is the only one with a first down. I don't know if Buda has a first down yet this game. Under 30 seconds to go in this first quarter. Still 0-0 our score. Stony Point bringing pressure, and this is a much better punt. Rhymes back at his 45. Stiff arm, past midfield, past the 45, gets a nice block, 2 nice blocks. And they're going to call that second one a blindside. That first one looked clean. That second one, I was going to say, were they going to throw it? And referee took a minute. And now we'll have a stoppage in play here for the injury. As the Jaguars still stays down after that hit. Again, that first one looked clean, but I think the second one was of a blindside nature. And it was, so takes a little bit off the return, but still a great opportunity for the Tigers. 12 seconds to go in this first quarter.
And as you stated, that first block was beautiful. You know, second one kind of got to watch out. You know, I mean, just when you – a lot of nerves right now, so it's very hard for these kids, you know, to have a clear mindset when they know they can help their team out. They're going to do it. So,
and it's so tough to stop, to hold up when you have a kind of that fuel of adrenaline running through your body and you're going full speed and you just see a guy not with his head turned towards you. In those moments, I wonder if instead of, like, you know, putting your shoulder down and laying the hit stick on them, just kind of direct them, just kind of, you know, escort them to the sideline or something. So we've got to run here from Milligan. Boy, going nowhere. Didn't have many negative plays. His first one here this week is about a loss of 9. So that's how we'll end the first quarter. We'll take a quick break. 0-0 here after 1 from Dragon Stadium. We'll be back after this.
Good evening, Stony Point Tiger fans. Chip here from my friends at Hewlett Volkswagen. By now, you know the great deals on new Volkswagens at Hewlett Volkswagen in Georgetown. But did you know they also stock hundreds of pre-owned vehicles as well? Hundreds. If you find yourself for that first-time driver in your home and need a reliable pre-owned vehicle, Hewlett Volkswagen wants to be your hometown dealer. Hewlett Volkswagen in Georgetown is a proud sponsor of Stony Point Tiger football. Come see us at I-35 in the Westinghouse exit or visit HewlettVW.com.
Start of the second quarter. Tyler Alsace, Jacoby Cavett with you on this Thursday night, second in a row. Thursday Night Lights. We've got a Friday night game next week, and then after that, another Thursday. Let me see. I think Buda was trying to substitute. Referee now starting play.
There we go.
Stony Point will take over at their own 41-yard line. Thompson goes in motion now, flag before the snap. False start on the offense, back him up 5 to 36. Again, yards so critical with defense being in the spotlight. 2nd and 18 now. They have to make it to the opposite 41 for a first down, currently at their own 36. Calvis back in. Nice pass to Aurora Day, just a simple out route, and Aurora Day sets down. And
yeah, that was a beautiful route right there. I mean, slipped a little bit, you know, but good way to look in the ball and to get something positive right there. I mean, as you stated earlier, it's a defensive game, so this offense needs to start clicking and needs to start driving to build momentum on their side.
Picks back up the false start penalty yardage. Haven't seen too much of number 1, Tristan Rhymes. Again, had 6 catches for 136 yards. Another low snap. Calbus all day to throw. And a hold in the backfield as Aurora Day gets near the first down, but on the rollout it will be a holding call. I don't notice too many holding penalties when it's in the heat of the moment, but that one couldn't have been spotlighted any better. That was just kind of a blatant hold.
Completion, a holding call against Stony Point.
So 2 penalties back in 3 plays.
Yeah.
That's a drive killer for sure. And now it's 3rd and forever, back to the 31-yard line.
Definitely something you don't like to see as an offensive coordinator. Just, you know, penalties, back to back, same drive. It just kills you.
And not many play calls in the high school playbook of many offensive coordinators for 3rd and 28. Calbus now looking to take off, and he's just going to pick up what he can. Still about 3 or 4 yards before the original line of scrimmage, so about be a 4th and 14 at the 43-yard line.
And both of these offensive are having trouble right now. Defensively, they've been stepping up to the challenge, both teams. So definitely if you're a defensive coordinator, very happy. Offensive, maybe not so much.
Kind of a high punt. Aurora Day, this one's blocked. Scoop and score for Buda.
Blocked by the Jaguars.
Touchdown Jaguars.
Hickson.
On the return is Jet Hickson. Boy, special teams being so important.
And that's what you were stating earlier. It's going to take a special team play to make something big happen, and that's what just happened. I mean, these special teams got to step out today. Punter held it just for a little too long, coming off that edge quick. Nice block punt and touchdown. Here we go.
Also was kind of a high lofted punt. Didn't have really the time to get a punt away. Instead tried to go through his normal rotation Aurora Day, and instead blocked and taken back by Hickson. This one up and good. 7-0.
The extra point is good, and with 11 minutes remaining till
11 minutes to go.
score, Johnson 7, Stony
We'll
Point
step aside for a quick timeout. Coming back to Dragon Stadium, Jaguars up 7-0.
Howdy, y'all. It's the day tripper Chet Garner here for my friends at Don Hewlett Chevrolet Buick. And thank you for tuning into some great Stony Point football. Now, I know you're aware of the great deals on brand new vehicles at Don Hewlett in Georgetown. But did you know Don Hewlett carries hundreds of pre-owned vehicles too? So if you have a first-time driver in your home, like I do, and need a reliable pre-owned vehicle, check out Don Hewlett. Stop by today or visit online at donhewlett.com, and let's go Tigers.
Back here, 11 minutes to go in the second quarter. Jaguars strike first on special teams. Set to kick off. We'll see if Stony Point's offense can be a little less self-destructive with those penalties that saw them be at 3rd and 28 and 2nd and 28. That last time out. Haven't seen too much of the run game. We saw a lot of, off-tackle runs from Milligan and Lloyd, and haven't seen too much of that as this one taken from the 10-yard line, and I'm going to say Thompson fair caught. I'm going to say I guess I wasn't looking down at the returner. The referee said he gave the fair catch signal. So inside the 20, it will be out to the 25-yard line. First and 10 Tigers.
And like you stated, can't have too many penalties. Down by 1 touchdown, not bad. But you got to get something going, especially when both of these defenses are playing hard. It's going to be hard to come by points here.
Troyer will come out with Milligan in the backfield. Rhymes tight to the line on the near side here. Aurora Day now comes in tight as well on the far side. Troyer rolls out and under duress and finally taken down. Flag came in on the far side as the play was going on. Troyer sacked. It's another sack for this Jaguar defense.
Was first in there. There's a penalty flag on the field as well.
Tough to see what we got. I'm not sure.
Illegal formation against the Tigers is declined by the Jaguars.
Illegal formation declined, so they'll take the result of the play, which is 2nd and 14 after the sack.
21.
Troyer again looked to get out of that first one, but had a couple Jaguars coming from the backside.
Yeah, and he sidestepped that first one, like you stated. But, I mean, just not too much you can do when there's 3 defenders coming at you.
They're getting pressure with 4 Buda, which is a dream for the defensive coordinator. Troyer back to pass. Now throwing for James. Beautiful pass and catch. James, first down Tigers. Out near midfield, and boy, that was thrown right in the middle of that zone, and that was a beautiful pass and catch.
And that's what the stream route is for. I mean, right there, you kind of gazing, seeing what the defense got, right down the middle, right in his breadbasket, picked up a little bit, and that's just what you like to see if you're a Tigers fan.
Can they build off it? Trying to get a little bit of a tempo here going. Jace Allen into the game, up one-on-one up top. Milligan stays in the backfield. Troyer takes the snap. And again, miscommunication there. Troyer was playing keep away from the defender. Keeps it and goes to the ground with it. Loss of about 1. Another miscommunication there, this time by Stony Point. That's what's so tough about the RPO. You have to be on the same page as your running back. Can't keep it in there for so long and then pull it at the last second when the defender's already there.
Yeah, and it's so tough because you want to see something downfield. You see a lot of defenders coming. You want to pull back, and that RPO is just so hard for a high school level.
Seeing that more and more. Troyer stands in there, takes the hit. Rhymes tiptoes the sideline, now cuts back middle, and a couple of Jaguars there to greet him as he's thrown back, but not after a first down. Credit to Troyer for sticking in and taking the hit. Rhymes making a catch for a first down.
I mean, the pitch and catch been really nice. I've been liking these receivers' routes. Very nice, getting open, finding green, and the quarterback doing his thing, just giving it to him in the right spot, right time. Very poised, very nice.
By far the best drive of the night for the Tigers. 1st and 10 from the Jaguars' 39. 2 first downs in 3 plays as Troyer will send Thompson in motion. And I think another false start here. Again, we didn't see too many procedural penalties, not too many false starts, not too many holdings last week. In the first game, now they've reared their ugly head in the second game. 8:45 to go, 1st and 15 from now the 44-yard line. And now a timeout by Buda as they didn't like the way they were lined up. First timeout for the Jaguars. 8:31 to go in the second quarter. We'll step aside for a quick break. Back to Dragon Stadium. Jaguars lead 7-0. Click. Stop.
So please stick around for halftime performances at halftime. And we really appreciate you supporting the bands of both the Dobson Jaguars and the Stony Point Tigers. Coming back after the timeout, Stony Point has the ball 1st and 15 at the Jaguar 44-yard line.
First and 15. Troyer winds and fires. Rhymes nearly slipped. Keeps his feet and taken down inside the 15. Tristan Rhymes coming alive on this drive, and another nice pass by Troyer.
I mean, he's been finding green all day. Quarterback likes what he sees right there. Just a great route. Like you said, almost slipped up there. Great concentration to lock back in, look for that ball, secure the catch, and keep moving this ball down the field.
8 minutes to go in this second quarter. Buda did receive, so Stony Point will get the ball to start the second half, and this one on the toss to Thompson. Tries to turn the corner and taken down. A heat-seeking missile. Boy, who was that for Buda? I think it was Jet Hickson. Sniffed it out as he followed Thompson along the side, but Thompson picks up about 4.
And it could have been worse. The defender was coming right in. Someone picked up their block really nice on this Tigers team. At least enough to get 4 yards and keep this ball moving.
2nd and 7. They still can't pick up a first down. Ball at the 10-yard line. Troyer with Milligan to his right. Quick out to Thompson. Picks up a couple before being thrown backwards. It will be a 3rd and about 2. Justin Thompson getting involved in this week's game. We didn't see a lot of him last week as it was mainly the Tristan Rhymes show and Oliver James out of the backfield.
Ball at the 8.
James and Thompson up top, and another false start penalty. These are starting to add up for Stony Point. That'll back them up to 3rd and 9 from the 13-yard line.
I mean, back to back to back. It's just so hard for an offense. It kills the drive when you get so many penalties like this.
Last drive, you couldn't come back from the drive-killing penalties. We had the hold. That just kind of killed it there. Back to 3rd and 28, and they couldn't convert that. And now they're sitting here 3rd and 9 with, I think, about 4 or 5 penalties on this drive alone. Under 6:30. Play clock winding down. Troyer takes it, fires. Lloyd out of the backfield through his hands. Would have been tough to pick up the first, but instead 4th down upcoming from the 13-yard line, and I think they might bring on Tyler White. They do.
It'll be 4th down and 9 yards to go for Stony Point at the 13-yard line.
To try what would be, I believe, a 23-yard.
Stony Point is lining up for a 30-yard field goal attempted by number 4.
30-yard field goal.
White.
From the left hash. It is up. It is good. Field goal is good. 7-3. Tigers with their first field goal of the season. It was 6 touchdowns last week against Eastview, and they cut into the lead 7-3 here. 6:17 to go. When we come back.
Drive covered 9 plays and 62 yards, capped off by the 30-yard field goal from Tyler White.
Root meals from Ruby's Barbecue. It's got all you need for the food you gotta feed. Smoked meat, sides, and more. There's everything down to the tablecloth, just like the one that you see at the store. At a bridal shower, it's better than flowers. And a long business meeting that'll pass the hours. It'll feed all the cousins at a family function. It's better than potluck at a church luncheon. Next time you need to feed 10 or more, call and order a Rudy's Group Meal.
Next in line.
To Dragon Stadium, 7-3 after that Tigers field goal. It's a solid drive, and they looked well on their way to picking up a touchdown. Instead, Tyler White comes on to kick the 30-yard field goal, and now we'll do the kickoff honors. Had a great return, but still gets it to about the 23. Jaguars will have 6:10 before halftime. Try and extend this lead. Again, they did receive in the first half, so Stony Point will receive in the second.
And from an offensive standpoint, you can say that Stony Point drove the ball down more efficient. The flags caught up with them eventually, but they got something out of this play. As we seen earlier, the score by the Jaguars was done from a special team. So this offense, a little rusty, haven't been on the field too much, so let's see what they can do.
And if you're Stony Point, you're down on the scoreboard, but your defense still hasn't given up any points as the handoff on the sweep takes it all the way across and finally spun out of bounds. That is number 84, Devin Brown.
Devon Brown on the wide receiver sweep. He gets knocked out of bounds after a gain of 7 to the 31.
Picks up a decent chunky yardage there. Had to run nearly the entire width of the field to pick up those 7 yards. Jaguars at their own 31-yard line. They haven't had too many passes downfield, as Jace Tello was 4 for 7 last week, had 10 carries as well. Now takes the handoff and stuffed backwards. Right in the hole there is Reed Hoyle.
After a really short gain.
Caught her by his blocker, bounced back a little bit, and then Tigers taking that moment and that opportunity to make a good sound tackle.
Yeah, we saw it last week. Eastview didn't have too much push in their run game in that first half, especially in the third quarter when they scored 14 points. That's what they were starting to find was pushing this Tiger defensive line back. Not able to find it here yet as Buda, and that's what's kind of kept their offense at 0 points. But as Tello now fires, quick slant over the middle. He's got some room, taken down, saving the touchdown perhaps. Brock Sumter will bring him down at about the 41-yard line, but RPO, Stony Point brought the pressure, and finding the open man on the quick slant is Tello.
And those slants are always hard to defend when you're bringing that pressure in. I mean, it's always going to be an open spot for that slant.
First and 10, under 5 minutes to go. Tello sends a man in motion. Takes it himself. Another patient run there and picks up about 6. There was a couple creases and cutback lanes for Tello.
Number 93, Xavier Bello on the tackle. A gain of about 5.
So the offense is starting to come alive here in this second quarter. Both drives, the last 2 offensive drives that we've seen from both these teams has been their best on the night. Tello with a man in motion. Hands it off. Cutting back left side and ankle tackle. Great tackle there by Deshaun Jones.
I mean, stayed with the run, didn't let him overrun. He didn't overrun his man, and makes a good saving tackle. Got the first down, but saved him from getting any more yards.
Jordan Seward on the run. Like I said, first and 10 from the 31-yard line now. 4 minutes and 10 seconds left to go in this first half. Buda really taking the clock down. Tello runs into his own blocker, now bounces it outside and picks up about 3 or 4.
Reed Hoyle trips him up. He gets 3 yards on the carry to the 28.
Under 4 minutes to go, and now it's just chunk plays now. It's 3, 4, 5 yards, and that's all you need. A couple 3, 4, 5 yard runs, and that's a first down.
Using his legs like he did last game. Keeps on running, picking up little yards, make up for big yards in a long run. So
just kind of wears down that defensive line and brings those safeties up, and they're able to throw those quick slants into open space. Now diving tackle from behind saves the first down, but still Johnny Beck on the run, getting to a 3rd and manageable, about 3rd and 3.
Tiger Nation, let's rise up. It's 3rd down.
This is a tough one too, because if you go backwards here, you risk putting yourself out of field goal range. You'd be close to a 40-yarder. Whereas to now, I believe it is about 34-yarder.
Yeah, right now they're not too bad, but if they get, like you stated, if they get pushed back any further, it's kind of pushing it.
Tello up the middle, gets back to the line of scrimmage, maybe loses one. So interesting decision here. Under 2:30, we're going to probably bring it down, or at least they can bring it down to the 2-minute timeout. Play clock at 30, and it's at 2:25 now. So they can bring it down to the 2-minute timeout, and I think that's what Coach Carlin will do. And then it'll be decision time. And it's about a 35-yard field goal. We'll see what they go with here. It's tough, because I think if you go for it, you could possibly extend your lead and push it out to 14-3 with 2 minutes left. They've got 2 timeouts as well. But also you just saw your offense, or excuse me, if you're Buda, you just saw your defense kind of get gashed by Stony Point. They have 2 timeouts and a quarterback that can throw his way down the field. So do you want to risk going down 10-7 and then giving them the ball back to start the second half, or do you go for it yourself or attempt a field goal? A lot of options
Yeah, and there's a lot of options for this coach. I'm pretty sure he's thinking what's the best option for this team right now. I mean, as you stated, this defense been playing very hard. So if you're going for the first down, you got to hit them hard because they're looking to make a stop right here.
They've been picking up about 3-4 yards on the ground this drive, and that's what they need, about 4 yards. Offense back out there on the field. Tello sends Brown in motion. Looking left, fires left, caught, first down.
Tello's pass is complete to number 11, Noah Alejandro. A nice slant and completed pass for a gain of 15 yards to the 10.
Noah Alejandro there on the catch, just got some separation on the near side and picks up the first down, and Buda in business here, under 2 minutes.
And again, that slant route just killed them right there. 1-2, he's in the inside. When your man already lost his position right there, it just makes it easy for the quarterback.
Tello, man in motion, hands it off. Trying to turn the corner, unable to do so, being brought down by Jeremiah Barbie. No gain, clock still running. They have 2 timeouts, but no real sense of urgency yet for the Jaguars. 1:05 left. They've got some time. I mean, they'd be content with a field goal, I'm sure. It's not a long field goal by any means, but I'm sure they'd like to go up 2 possessions.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, as we saw with that fourth down, they're really adamant of trying to get in this end zone right here. Make a ceiling coffin for this first half.
And
nothing to him.
Yeah, stopped at the line. Johnny Beck pushed back. Still not taking a timeout. They've got 2 of them and 30 seconds left. And now they do call a timeout. 29 seconds left to go in the first half. Step aside for a quick break. Come back for 2nd and 10 here at Dragon Stadium. Jaguars up 7-3.
Looking for a home in the premier 55 and better community of Sun City, Texas? Trust the realtors at the Stacy Group, located in the heart of Sun City. The Stacy Group specializes in buying and selling new and resale homes in the active adult Del Red community in beautiful Georgetown, Texas. As the top producing real estate office for more than 25 years, the Stacy Group will put their Sun City knowledge to work for you. Visit thestacygroup.com today to learn more.
Back here, 2nd and 10 for the Jaguars. They have 1 timeout remaining and lead 7-3, looking to push it to 2 possessions. Stony Point does get the ball back after the halftime break.
So got some time on the clock here.
Well, it's 3rd and 10 now. They updated the scoreboard. Tello firing back. There's the fade, and defender did not turn around. Receiver kind of watched the ball float up in the air, and it was almost by design. And defender just did not get his head turned around and draws the at the distance to the goal line penalty.
Pass interference is the call against Stony Point.
Stay tuned for halftime. We'll have a performance by the band getting ready to set up here on the track. And they'll be able to show their talents. Sun thankfully has gone down. We reached triple digits here in September. Hopefully that's the last we see of them for quite a while. Need some football weather here as it gets started. Tello firing out right and tipped up and picked off at the 30-yard line. He's got room to run. Deshaun Jones takes it the other way, 98 yards.
And that's a defensive play right there. Very nice defensive play. Hands up, keeps looking for the ball, tracks it down, and he just went home with that one. Right before this half, this is what you want to see. Build momentum coming out of 3rd quarter. They get the ball back. beautiful, beautiful defensive stop right there.
I was telling y'all during the break that was a very gutsy call that Coach Carlin had to possibly go up 14-3. Instead, nope, they throw it on on first down and tipped up and going back the other way. Deshaun Jones going 98 yards. And a timeout being called.
Timeout, Stony Point. Their second and a
Coach
half
Cheshire
remaining.
looking like he's going to go out there and block on the field goal. Had a couple men missing. And finally being noticed by the referees calling a timeout. He's got one left. 11 seconds to go in this first half. Boy, so now talk about a swing of momentum. That's going to be huge going forward. We'll take a look back at that. Again, Jaguars offense still has not scored a point on offense. It was a blocked punt in the second quarter, returned back 41 yards. And now the Stony Point offense, which has only scored 3 points, or accounted for 3 points, is now going to have a possibly 3-point lead coming back.
And I mean, he saw his option in the end zone, but the length of that defender right there, I mean, he just put his hands up and beautiful execution right there.
White's kick is up and good. 10-7 now for Stony Point. Again, 10 seconds left. Jags have one timeout left. I think they're quite content now to possibly need this one away. And as we mentioned, Stony Point gets the ball back in the first possession of the second half. Their offense looked very good these last couple drives. They were really only pushed back by their own mistakes, their own penalties, holdings, false starts. And if they can clean those up, I think they've got a really good shot to kind of unhook the plow, and they really did last week against Eastview. They were up, I think, 20-7, or is it 20-7 or 14-0 at halftime, and then
14-0, yes.
Explosion in the second half, putting up 42 points by the end, 42-20, last week's final, and they've got 10 points here. We've seen glimpses of what we saw last week with Troyer to Rhymes and to Justin Thompson. Haven't seen too much of the run game yet, but again, just as this game goes on, as the fatigue starts to set in for that defensive line, we'll see if they can expand on this.
And that's what the Tigers are good at. I mean, they're conditioned pretty good. Once they come out of halftime, they just go at it full throttle. And sometimes, so far what we've seen, it's hard for a defense to keep up with their offense. On penalties, held them back this time. But as we've seen before the penalties, driving down. So this offensive, when they're not making penalty calls, they are good.
That one taken on the run at the 19-yard line and thrown back. Boy, Asai Black had a jersey full and then threw him back. Desmond Farrell on there as well. So 6 seconds left. We'll again take a break for the band and come back with this second half to Dragon Stadium. Let me check the temperature here. We were at 90, felt like 99 when we started at kickoff. Now it just feels like a balmy 93.
So it's a little by little going down.
Yep. Sun finally set. That, I'm sure, was very welcomed. And, well, I think Tello took it and took a knee. So that will be it for the first half. We'll go to the break after a couple of non-offensive scores from either side. It is Stony Point leading this one 10-7. We'll step aside and come back for the second half. Stay tuned. We got a good one here at Dragon Stadium here on Vype.
Please stick around and support both of these bands. Thank you so much and happy halftime.
Looking for a home in the premier 55 and better community of Sun City, Texas? Trust the realtors at the Stacy Group, located in the heart of Sun City. The Stacy Group specializes in buying and selling new and resale homes in the active adult Del Webb community in beautiful Georgetown, Texas. As the top producing real estate office for more than 25 years, the Stacy Group will put their Sun City knowledge to work for you. Visit thestacygroup.com today to learn more.
Hey Tiger fans, thank you for tuning in to tonight's game. Chip here for Hewlett Volkswagen in Georgetown. We've all heard the term, teamwork makes the dream work, and it's on display every game night here in Stony Point country. My friends at Hewlett Volkswagen are a great team as well. They surprise customers every day with how fun it can be to buy a car at Hewlett Volkswagen. When you love where you work and what you do and it becomes fun, the customers sometimes join in. Maybe even dance a little. So come see for yourself at I-35 in the Westinghouse exit or HewlettVW.com.
Howdy, y'all. It's the day tripper Chet Garner here for my friends at Don Hewlett Chevrolet Buick. And thank you for tuning into some great Stony Point football. Now, I know you're aware of the great deals on brand new vehicles at Don Hewlett at Georgetown. But did you know Don Hewlett carries hundreds of pre-owned vehicles too? So if you have a first-time driver in your home, like I do, and need a reliable pre-owned vehicle, check out Don Hewlett. Stop by today or visit online at donhewlett.com, and let's go Tigers.
Are sponsored by Sarah Hall at A Changed Life Counseling Center, DLC Financial Services, Local Automotive, Ballet Automation and Consulting, Loudon Excavating, and A Better Choice Pest Control. Your rosette of the week is Riley Silbert. Officer's choice is Lala Jenkins. Tonight, the Rosettes will be performing their phenomenal field call. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the Moencheen Marching Machine portion of Jaguar halftime. 2025 Jaguar band is under the field direction of drum majors Josh Morales, Ella Aguirre, Josiah Salas, and Tori Taylor. MJG Band will set up to perform their 2025 production entitled Alabrejes. The band's latest production is inspired by the Mexican folk art Alabrejes. They're stylized animals or creatures that are known for their bright, intricate, and often elaborate painted patterns. These imaginative, fantastical beings embody the vibrancy of Mexican culture and often considered protectors or spirit animals. This year's production is a fiery and imaginative mix of bold, vivid color and exciting Latin and Spanish music. MJG Band will be traveling later this fall to the Bands of America Super Regional in St. Louis. So please cheer them on as they get ready to take Alabrejes on the road.
And now, the Moajib Johnson High School Band proudly presents their 2025 production, Out of Regis. Jaguar Band would like to take this opportunity to thank our generous sponsors, Blue Label Granite, Capital Excavators, Local Automotive, Tech, Ally Medical, Main Street Pizza, Taste on Taste.
Friday night lights are here, Round Rock. Make sure you're rolling up to the big game in a ride that shines. At Club Car Wash, unlimited wash plans start at one low monthly price, so your car looks like a winner all season long. Plus, enjoy free microfiber towels and vacuums at every visit. Keeping your car game day ready is easier than ever. Sign up today at clubcarwash.com, because under the lights, a clean car always stands out.
Medical ER is proud to support the Stony Point Tigers this season. Open 24/7, Allied Medical is a full-service emergency room located just 5 minutes from Stony Point High School. With on-site labs, ultrasound, CT scan, and x-rays, their board-certified physicians deliver fast answers and compassionate expert care. Allied Medical ER wishes the Stony Point football team and fans a safe and exciting year. Go Tigers!
Showtime! Please welcome your 2025-2026 Stony Point High School Tiger Dancers. The award-winning Tiger Dancers are under the direction of Mandy Wasfeld and Kendall Rossi. Diamond sponsors for the Tiger Dancers are Kimberly Wolfman, Realtor, Village 66, and the Dance Gallery. Platinum sponsor, Sean Frazier, Personal Injury Lawyer. Social officers for the Tiger Dancers are Maria Thacker, Co-President Aria Joshua, and Co-President Winnie Duncan. Leading the team on the field are the line officers, Junior Lieutenant Michaela Kerr, First Lieutenant Matt Ramirez, and Captain Audrey Carter. Joining the Tiger Dancers on the field this week are the Golden Dancers. Golden Dancers leaders are Lily Bailiff, Alaya Brown Shields, Goliath Cotter, Tia Mahundar, and Zoe Sky Ruppin. This week, we'd like to honor the following dancers. Golden Dancers of the Week are Kala Rocky and Sugi Gomez. Tiger Dancers, the most motivated is Avery Paez. Officer's Choice is Angelina Solano. And Tiger Dancer of the Week is Gabby Sumlin. And now, for your Friday Night Lights halftime entertainment, the Tiger Dancers and Golden Dancers will perform their pop routine to Ain't No Mountain, played by the Tiger Band. drum majors Alyssa Summers and Molly Overman. Our captains are brass captain Drupan Krishna, woodwind captain Enrique Garza, drum ensemble captain Melissa Trong, battery captain Victor Duff, and color guard captain is Scarlett Weldon. The marchers of the week are Andrew Tywater from the mellophone section, Noah Taylor from the low reed section, Savannah Whitney from the front ensemble, and Luis Rojena Torres from the drum line. The guard members of the week is Scarlett Tobias. The drum major's choice, Alex Gutierrez from the drum line. And this week's section of the week, sponsored by the Equipment Share, is the trombone section. The Tiger Band will be presenting Acts 1 and 2 of their marching show production, Sweet Escape, featuring the music Pure Imagination and Augustus Gloop from the movie Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. First Suite in E-flat for Military Band by Gustav Holst. English Folk Song Suite by Ralph Vaughan Williams. Sweet Dreams by the Eurythmics. thank Principal Dr. Anthony Watson and the administration of Stony Point High School for their leadership. The Tiger Band would also like to thank Mr. Alfred Reynolds and the Tiger Band boosters for their support. The Tiger Band would also like to acknowledge this year's sponsors.
Looking for a home in the premier 55 and better community of Sun City, Texas? Trust the realtors at the Stacy Group, located in the heart of Sun City. The Stacy Group specializes in buying and selling new and resale homes in the active adult Del Webb community in beautiful Georgetown, Texas. As the top producing real estate office for more than 25 years, the Stacy Group will put their Sun City knowledge to work for you. Visit thestacygroup.com today to learn more.
Y'all listen up. Let me tell you something about group meals from Rudy's Barbecue. It's got all you need for the foot you gotta feed, smoked meat, sides, and more. There's everything down to the tablecloth, just like the one that you see at the store. And a bridal shower, it's better than flowers. And a long distance meeting that'll pass the hours. It'll feed all the cousins at a family function. It's better than potluck at a church luncheon. Next time you need to feed 10 or more, call and order a Rudy's group meal.
Next in line. Eagles in the second quarter. It's Dallas 14, Philadelphia 14. Stony Point football would like to thank the following sponsors for their support. MVP level Stacy Group, Diamond sponsors Hewlett Volkswagen, Don Hewlett Chevrolet Buick, Rudy's Real Texas Barbecue. Platinum sponsors are Ally Medical Emergency Room and Club Car Wash. Gold sponsors are Active Sports Therapy and Rehabilitation, Buddy's Burger, Marco's Pizza, Premier Roofing, TJSN4 Vision Photography, and Bearbank. And our blue sponsors are Alley's Way, Corridor Title, First Texas Bank, Mighty Fine Burgers, Prosperity Bank, Rita's Italian Ice and Frozen Custard, and Tony C's Pizza. Thank you to all of our sponsors for your support of Stony Point Tiger football this season. Stony Point Tiger football next action is a week from tomorrow night, Friday, September 12th. They start District 25 6A play with a trip to Monroe Stadium and face the Vandergrift Vipers. Recapping the scoring from the first half, all in the second quarter. Johnson started the scoring with a 20-yard block punt return for a touchdown, the extra by number 9. Jet Hickson, the extra point was good, making it 7-0 Johnson. Then Stony Point scored at a 30-yard Rudy's Texas Barbecue field goal by number 42 Tyler White, making it Johnson 7, Stony Point 3. And then at the end of the first half with 11 seconds as Johnson was driving, Stony Point, number 19, Deshaun Jones, with a 90-yard interception return for the touchdown, turning the game around to Stony Point 10, Johnson 7, as we'll get ready to start the second half. Coming onto the field for the second half, the Buda Jaguars. field, the home team, the Stony Point Tigers.
Back here at Dragon Stadium, we've got a close one, defensive battle, as offenses in this one have only put up 3 points, and that's Stony Point with the field goal, their first of the season. And it's been special teams and defense putting up the points. Jags started this one off in the second quarter. No points in that first quarter. It was back and forth near midfield, and Buda took a 41-yard blocked punt back to the house to start things off, 7-0. Tigers go down a couple possessions later and get a field goal by Tyler White, 30 yards from him. Jags end up taking the remaining 6 minutes or so and drive down the field and look to be on their way to scoring after a pass interference penalty in the end zone. They ended up throwing it on 1st and 10, and that one brought back 90-plus yards for a touchdown, and we will start things off in the third quarter. Tyler Alsis, Jacoby Cavett with you here as Justin Thompson tries to spin out of contact, and he is taken down at the 25. That interception taken back by Deshaun Jones took it back all the way, and it was tipped up by him as well. So that's how we settle things. 10-7, real defensive battle.
Yeah, and the boys in the trenches are going to have to play. The big hogs have to get good blocks, not false start. Hopefully after this half, we can see if either of these offensive side of this line made any improvements for these defensive lines.
Yeah, the Tigers, as now they're adjusting their offensive line. Rhymes goes in motion. Handoff is Lloyden. He's got some room, turns on the Jets, and can't get out of the arm tackle, but picks up about 15 yards. That's the first big run that we've seen kind of going off tackles and on the edge. Lloyden just turned on the Jets and made a run for it. Like you were saying, Jacoby, those offensive lines really are what it's going to come down to, because offensive line was doing a lot of the false starts, a lot of the penalties were coming from the offensive line. As the quick snap here, Lloyden will start right now, cut back left. He's got some room and picks up another first down, back-to-back first downs for Aiden Lloyden, the sophomore, making his presence known here to start. And that's really what stopped Stony Point on their field goal drive, as they were driving and ended up getting inside the 15, and then a couple bad false starts and a couple other penalties just knocked them back, and they were only able to get 3. First and 10 here from the 50 is now RPO, and this one will go to Lloyden, who cuts back upfield. He's past the 25 and out.
Nice juke, very nice juke. Open field, making someone miss, gaining good yards. I mean, this running back has been on one.
You were saying Lloyden going for it, really tough to tackle with the arm tackles, and just kind of showed it there. Nice juke move inside. Under 11 minutes to go, and now Calvis with the pace. Now Marcus Milligan in there. Lowers his shoulder, can't steamroll the defender, but still picks up about 3 or 4 yards. So we are getting a taste of the Stony Point offense and their run game coming to life here. It was predominantly through the pass. Had a few passes to Rhymes really in that field goal drive as they made their way down the field. Calvis with Milligan in the pistol. Now trying right side, off tackle. Spinning his way upfield. I don't know if the ball comes out at the end. Are they going to say he was down? Nope, it is Buda ball. Boy, another heartbreaking end to a drive for Stony Point is number 33, Jason Beck, who comes out of there.
And just so hard for for a team to make a statement, get that momentum, get that rhythm going down. Again, a defensive stop right there, as we've been seeing all day long.
Self-inflicted wounds are just not what you want here. They're still up by 3, but still, it could be maybe instead of a field goal, that could be a touchdown. They could have a touchdown there. Is now right up the middle, right past the umpire, and he's got some room past midfield. I believe that is. I thought that was Jason Beck. Nope, that is Jordan Stewart. And he's going to be marked down at about the 44-yard line. Lucas Garcia going to head back down to the ground and needs some attention from the trainers. 1st and 10 from the 44, and it is inside 10 minutes to go. So getting the turnover, and then first play back, Buda strikes and strikes fast, pushing the ball past midfield, and they're in business here. And their offense wasn't too bad to end that first half either.
No, they weren't too bad, and as we can see, both run games trying to prove who's better here. Nice inside run right there, big explosive run. Let's see how this defense can handle that from here.
Garcia makes his way to the sidelines. Man in motion is Tello. He's handing it off, and I believe that was Stewart. It was picking up about 4 or 5 yards.
3 yards on the play to the 41-yard line.
That's been their kind of MO so far, is getting those 3, 4, 5 yards that run up the middle by Stewart. It was really kind of a rarity.
Yeah, and that's just where it starts. You start small, like we've been saying all game, and then this defense gets so tired of these small runs. You get tired of wrapping up, and that's when the explosive runs come. See a QB keep.
Boy, Tello cutting inside and now pushed out of bounds. It looked to be a gain of about 1 or so, maybe back to the line of scrimmage, and then he cuts inside.
15 yards, runs out of bounds at the 26-yard
15-yard gain.
It'll be first down. Johnson, ball at the Stony Point 26.
And Johnson looking dangerous here to start things off. Under 9 minutes to go here in the third. Man in motion. Tello hands it off and stopped right away.
The ball carrier.
That was Johnny Beck on the carry. Gain of about 1.
Gain of 1 on the play to the 25.
I think he ran into T.J. Daniel on the defensive line.
Point defensive line. It's second down, 9
Looks like he
yards
just
to
ran
go
into a wall.
Yeah, a brick wall right there. I mean, these boys are big, so when you run into that, it feels like a brick wall, especially when you're so short and so low to the ground.
Beck takes the handoff, now bounces it out to the right side. He's got some room, turns the corner, and into the end zone. Jaguars will put up their first touchdown on offense and retake the lead 13 to 10, pending the extra point. Just able to bounce it out on the outside.
And it's so quick, so elusive, bounced it out to the outside. Got just the right amount of that corner, and as you saw, he reached in for that end zone.
Kick is up and good, 14 to 10. 8:12 to go in the third quarter. We'll step aside as Johnson takes the lead back, 14 to 10 here at Dragon Stadium. We'll be right back.
Looking for a home in the premier 55 and better community of Sun City, Texas? Trust the realtors at the Stacy Group, located in the heart of Sun City. The Stacy Group specializes in buying and selling new and resale homes in the active adult Del Webb community in beautiful Georgetown, Texas. As the top producing real estate office for more than 25 years, the Stacy Group will put their Sun City knowledge to work for you. Visit thestacygroup.com today to learn more.
Mentioned over the PA system, 5 plays, 78 yards, finished off by a Johnny Beck touchdown run, and that was off the turnover where Stony Point looked very impressive coming out of the locker room and stopped in their tracks and then gave up 7 points. Back on the return, taken about his own 8-yard line. Trying the left side is Thompson and goes nowhere. Makes it out to the 23. That's where Stony Point will take over.
15 yards to the 23-yard line.
And the Jaguars pretty much did it all by ground that drive. 5 explosive plays. Let's see what this Tigers team draws up. And then, like you said, that was pretty impressive. Had a mistake down there. Shake it off and let's get back to playing football.
Yeah, I think if you're Coach Cheshire and the Tigers, offensive staff, I think you got to be positive about what you saw. You saw the run game finally get established in that opening drive of the second half, and can they continue that here? And they do. Milligan keeps those legs churning and finally picks up about 6 yards.
Nice tough running up the middle.
Again, this was Milligan and Lloyden last week, combined for 32 carries for 218, and Milligan with all 4 touchdowns. He's back in the pistol. Troyer will hand off. Man greeting there in the middle, and Milligan just taken down right away. Tackle made by Luke Grumbles.
On the tackle for loss for the Jaguars. It's a loss of 3 to the 27. It'll be 3rd down, 6 yards.
This is where Stony Point and really Johnson, when they've gotten into 3rd downs, 3rd and mediums, 3rd and longs, this is where they've had trouble. We haven't had too many 3rd down conversions.
Yeah, right here, and hopefully I'm pretty sure the coaches made some adjustments to when these type of situations call. So we're going to see right here what this cute quarterback can draw up right here.
Johnson brings pressure. Troyer out and never saw it coming. Aurora Day just didn't see it and falls incomplete. 4th and about 6 upcoming from the 27, and that'll bring out the punt team. Troyer was under pressure. Aurora Day out of his break, and the ball fell about a yard in front of him.
Yeah, right now they have to keep the hype alive on their team. Make sure that they keep pressure, get this defense hype, and let's see a stop right here for these Tigers.
Much better protection there, much better punt, this time by Aurora Day. Bounced at the 30 and picked up at the 20. Back the other way, taken down at the 35-yard line.
Number 84, Devin Brown.
Much better punt.
Return.
And the last time the Tigers were out. Johnson will take over, up by 4 with 6:47 to go. All 3 timeouts for either side. We've got a beautiful night, a hot night. It started out in near the hundreds. We're at 104 in my car on the way to the stadium this afternoon. So this is hopefully one of the last games we see triple digits.
Yeah, as you stated, I mean, it just gets hard out there in the hot when you got all this accessories on. Hopefully it gets a little bit cooler for these boys out here.
And going down, they had the same thing to end the first half. Tello takes it and has his knee down, so that'll be a loss of about 5. And like you were mentioning, having all that equipment on, I even saw a couple of the Johnson players take off their pads and put on sousaphones and march in the halftime performance. So very impressive. I was just thinking about, not only having to have your football plays, if they're offensive linemen, I assume, judging from their numbers and, carrying the sousaphone, you're an offensive lineman, but then you're also needing to know your music and your drill spots as the swing pass out here picks up about 5 or 6. But as you're a sousaphone player, you've got to know your drill spots, your music, and then also know your blocking packages for the second half. That's really tough. And then also, by the way, Monday through Friday, you have to know your algebra and you have to know your chemistry and all that stuff. So just really impressed by, all the extracurriculars that these kids can tackle. And
yeah, they work hard, and I feel like they should get some recognition for when they can do 2 things at once. Really 3 academic-wise, and then come on the field and just go ahead and play. Remember everything as we get an inside run here.
That was Stewart and T.J. Daniel in there on the sack. And yeah, like you said, they're doing so much and don't always get the credit the student athletes deserve. 4th and 7 officially, 30 from the 38-yard line. So Stony Point will force a 3 and out. Under 5 minutes to go.
And a mess up from that quarterback right there is what stalled this whole ordeal out. Like you said, again, just when the snap comes out, he's kneeling it, and just can't do that.
Stony Point bringing pressure, nearly getting a hand on it. Instead, Rhymes will take it at the 28. Cuts back and bounces it outside, gets some space, past the 40 to the 45 and out near the 46-yard line.
And boy, he makes things happen. I mean, right there, sidestep, stiff arm, keeps turning up the field. I mean, that's making it happen right there. And that's what makes the team special. That's why we call it special teams.
He had two guys right in his face that he had to sidestep and push off and then bounce it outside and turn on the jets. And that's such a great player Rhymes is. We saw him a lot in the passing games last week. We've seen him a little bit in the first half, and just making his mark whatever way he can.
Yeah, he's doing it all out here tonight. And
Calvus will bounce it out to the right side after the fake to Lloyden. Read option will get them close to the first down.
Good pullback right there from the QB.
Right at the 44, and then they're gonna move the chains forward.
There we go.
So right at that first down marker. 4:29 to go here in the third quarter. Calvus now going read option left and going backwards. That's going to be a loss of about 6.
Defense right there for that read option that time.
On the tackle for the Jaguars behind the line of scrimmage. Second down, 17 yards to go for Stony Point.
I'd say the Johnson defensive line has been looking pretty stout as well. Gotten a couple sacks, bring some pressure on passing. As last week against Eastview, I don't know if there were too many negative runs for this Stony Point offense. Now behind the sticks, 2nd and 17. Calvus fires out left. He's got a man, and it's going to be 3rd and manageable.
Calvus's pass is complete.
Sean Bradley
had some time in the pocket there. Very, very nice step backs. Delivers the perfect throw right there. Turn off for a couple of yards to get a manageable 3rd down.
A gain of 11 yards to the 40-yard line. That'll bring up 3rd down.
I thought they had him a little bit
bit
shorter. I thought he went out of bounds a little bit further than that, so it'll be 3rd and 6. Calvus firing deep. Aurora Day gets the 50-50 ball over top of the defender. Well, I thought when he threw it up, I looked over and I saw the defender had a beat on it. That was Gavin Vasquez, but Aurora Day just used his height advantage and snatched the ball right over top of him.
I mean, he was patient on that run, too. I mean, very patient, tracking the ball down and just making a good play on that ball right there. You got to love to see it.
And now Lloyden, very patient, finding a crease and picking up about 4. 3 minutes to go. An injured Jaguar on the field. So we will step aside here. Stony Point threatening, down by 4 with 3:01 left in the third when we come back.
Friday night lights are here, Round Rock. Make sure you're rolling up to the big game in a ride that shines. At Club Car Wash, unlimited wash plans start at one low monthly price, so your car looks like a winner all season long. Plus, enjoy free microfiber towels and vacuums at every visit. Keeping your car game day ready is easier than ever. Sign up today at clubcarwash.com, because under the lights, a clean car always stands out.
Medical ER is proud to support the Stony Point Tigers this season. Open 24/7, Allied Medical is a full-service emergency room located just 5 minutes from Stony Point High School. With on-site labs, ultrasound, CT scan, and x-rays, their board-certified physicians deliver fast answers and compassionate expert care. Allied Medical ER wishes the Stony Point football team and fans a safe and exciting year. Go Tigers!
Looking for a home in the premier 55 and better community of Sun City, Texas? Trust the realtors at the Stacy Group, located in the heart of Sun City. The Stacy Group specializes in buying and selling new and resale homes in the active adult Del Webb community in beautiful Georgetown, Texas. As the top producing real estate office for more than 25 years, the Stacy Group will put their Sun City knowledge to work for you. Visit thestacygroup.com today to learn more.
Let's give a big round of applause for the Johnson Jaguar player number 33, Jason Beck.
With Jason Beck going down, needing to be tended to by the training staff, and now will be taken off the field after a rather lengthy delay. We wish him all the best. Stony Point comes out after the break, second and goal from the 5. Rhymes will be in motion, and Lloyden will get the handoff. Cuts it upfield, kind of dives in, touchdown, Tigers. A nice fist pump from Calbus as he led that drive, and Lloyden doing his part, capping it off with a touchdown, and that looked like a lot of what we saw last week from this Stony Point offense.
Yeah, that's what we're used to seeing from this offense. Getting gear after halftime, start turning it up a notch. One delay, one fumble right there, but nothing to be scared of as you see that they're up again.
This one, I think it might have gotten a hand on it just by the way it kind of lobbed towards the goalpost. And makes its way through. 17-14 our score. 2:47 left to go in this third quarter. Got a good one here. Back and forth we go. It started off 7-0 off of a Jags blocked punt. And Stony Point answers right before the half with a 90-plus yard return from Deshaun Jones. After getting a field goal as well, they took the lead 10-7 into half, and now we have traded touchdowns. 17-14 our score. Tigers up by 3. Again, this was a team that averaged around 30 points per game last year, and Buda put up 31 in the loss to Cedar Ridge last week.
So not too bad. I mean, both of these teams are trading blows right now, just like a tennis match. Let's see who can get the upper hand here.
Stony Point trying to get revenge after falling to Johnson last year, 35-24 in the second game. A lot of the players from that Johnson team have since graduated. Calbus played almost exclusively at quarterback, as this one is returned from the 19 and just past the 35 or so. I say right at the 35 from Noah Alejandro. That's where Buda will take over, and like you said, they're trading blows right now. One of these defenses that we talked so highly of in the first half, one of them is going to have to make a stop. Are the special teams or is the defense going to put something on the scoreboard again? It's anybody's game right now. This one is by no means in anyone's control. The momentum has been flip-flopping back and forth.
Yeah, and I mean that's what people come to see. They want to see a good football game. Get physical. This is what these defenses are doing.
Sweep to the left side here, turning the corner and finding some space, getting the first down too. And right at the first down, that is Devin Brown. He's going to move to 6.
We've been seeing a couple of those end rounds come around this game. See if they can find a way, and each time they hit one, they usually picked up some positive yards. Let's see what this defense can do to slow that down.
And they've been making their way on the far side. They're not cutting it upfield. They're taking the long route and still picking up good chunks of yards. And right here, going back the other way, same thing. Bouncing outside and picking up another 7-8 yards right on cue. Keen McGettrick that time taking it. Just been going to the right side, then back to the left side, and they've got a Tiger down. So a lot of going back and forth, sideline to sideline, using the entire width of the field from this Johnson offense, and currently with a 2nd and short. Ball at the 46. We'll step aside, 2:17 to go when we come back.
Y'all listen up. Let me tell you something about group meals from Rudy's Barbecue. It's got all you need for the food you gotta feed, smoked meat, sides, and more. There's everything down to the tablecloth, just like the one that you see at the store. And a bridal shower, it's better than flowers. And a long business meeting that'll pass the hours. It'll feed all the cousins at a family function. It's better than potluck at a church luncheon. Next time you need to feed 10 or more, call and order a Rudy's group meal. Next in line.
Jeremiah Barbie taking a light jog off the field. Nice to see him walk off under his own power. 8-yard gain on the play. 2nd and 2 for the Jaguars. Clock running, 2:15 to go here in the 3rd. Traded touchdowns the last 2 drives. This time they go right up the middle. Spin move outside, now bumping it outside. Just as I say they're going inside, they bounce it outside, and Tello with a spin move.
Yeah, very impressive run right there from that quarterback right there. And as you stated, this team been using the outside, so it's trying to sneak an inside run right there. I don't hate it. Defense stepped up to the plate, making sure that they didn't get nothing too big, but they still got a first down out of that.
And you were talking about adjustments for Stony Point. It looks like Buda has adjusted. They've kind of gotten away from going inside, being stuck by the defensive line, and now they're going outside a lot more here in the second half with a lot more success. Minute 30, fresh set of downs. Now go right up the middle, and picking up a couple is Tello. Read option will pick up 2nd and medium. Just kind of churning away, minute 10 left.
Taking their time. I mean, trying to get this defense tired before they go for something big here.
And giving their own defense some rest, which could help them in the long run too. Fatigue definitely setting in for both of these sides right now. Which defense is more mentally tough, as this one bounced outside. Great tackle.
And as you were stating, let's see who can make a statement. He's been doing great all day, getting back there. I've been seeing his hat everywhere.
Yeah, it's Reed Hoyle there coming from the linebacker spot, taking down Stewart. 3rd and 5, 30 seconds to go. They do have to run a play. Play clock at 15 now. From the Tiger 38. Tello goes left, now looks left under duress, fires it just too high for the intended target. Well, it kind of did a pump fake. Receiver was coming back for it. That was McGettrick coming back for the ball, and just too high for him. Yeah, 4th down.
Pressure came to him fast on that speed out. I mean, opening shoulders, couldn't find no one. Pressure already in his face. Had to make a tough pass, and great job on this defense. We're just talking about which defense can stand out right now, and these Tigers are trying to make a statement right here.
And they're going to need to do it again here. Offense stays out for the Jaguars. Split backs and 2 receivers to the near side. Tello Will drop back to pass, has a quick slant. Nope, fires outside and just out of the reach of the intended target. Great coverage by number 26, Desmond Farrell. Desmond Farrell, the sophomore linebacker, out in coverage on the out route, forcing that pass out, incomplete, and turnover on downs.
And this is what the Tigers want to see. I mean, this is where they got to capitalize. They have to make a nice drive to really seal the deal here. As this quarter is ending, fourth quarter is going to be a statement point for these Tigers.
Just 4 seconds left to go before the quarter. Tigers will take a 3-point lead into the break as it stands. We've seen big plays to end the quarter, and Boyd Calvis, that's Troyer, picks up about 2. That'll end the quarter. Got a good one here, 17-14. Tigers will take the 3-point lead into the final quarter. We got a good one. Stay here on Vype Live for the final action. We'll be back to Dragon Stadium after a quick break.
Howdy, y'all. It's the day tripper Chet Garner here from my friends at Don Hewlett Chevrolet Buick. And thank you for tuning into some great Stony Point football. Now, I know you're aware of the great deals on brand new vehicles at Don Hewlett in Georgetown. But did you know Don Hewlett carries hundreds of pre-owned vehicles too? So if you have a first-time driver in your home, like I do, and need a reliable pre-owned vehicle, check out Don Hewlett. Stop by today or visit online at donhewlett.com, and let's go Tigers.
Final 12 minutes to go in this one. We got a tight one here, 17-14. I'm sure we're sharing screens in some households here in Texas with the season opener of football. Cowboys down by a point at halftime, 21-20 to the defending champion Philadelphia Eagles, getting a field goal before halftime to cut into that deficit, and we've got a good one here as well. Back and forth we've gone. Mason Troyer will pick up about 3.
On the tackle for the Johnson Jaguars.
And I'm not sure why we're stopping the clock.
That'll bring up 3rd down for Stony Point. 5 yards to go. Ball at the 43.
Now they started there. I wasn't sure why they were starting it and then resetting the play clock. They were finished the play, and now we're keeping the clock going. 3rd and 5 now from the 43. Troyer back to pass, pressure from the backside, gets away from it and scrambles forward and picks up the first down, reaches the ball out at the end.
Runs around the end. Let's see where they mark it down.
And tough to tell where they're going to spot it. I haven't seen, as they're looking down, he's moving backwards. It's going to be about 4th and a half a yard. Boy, I thought I saw him stick the ball out just right before the sticks. Maybe he didn't get there enough. 4th and a half yard. 11:27 to go in the 4th.
Great way to get out of that pressure. I mean, he looked like he was down way back.
I was going to say, he was holding the ball kind of wobbly. I was wondering if the player was going to dive for it. 4th and short here. Bunch of Jaguars at the line. Some motion there, but no one biting, and timeout Stony Point. Their first of the half, first from either team. We'll see what Coach Cheshire is going for. I don't know what you do here, because you have your defense that has kind of been consistent throughout the game. We've had them allow 1 touchdown this half.
Well, no, I think this coach is just very confident that his offense can pick this first down up. I mean, very good run so far. Like you stated, though, both defenses have been doing good. I just think he's confident in his offense right now and believes that they're going to get a first down here.
They have had a lot more positive plays in the run game, especially not as many negative plays as we saw in the first half, especially when they're going up the middle. We've seen, as it's Milligan in now, we've seen him and Lloyden both have success bouncing it outside. Not so much when it's been Troyer or Calvis, and now it will be Milligan up the middle. Boy, do they give it forward progress. I'm seeing the referee on the far side. I think they're going to give it to him. Buda fans cheering, but I think they're going to give it to him. Might need a measurement here. Of course, the chain gang still in effect for high school game. They do give him the first down.
Hard run right there.
Yeah, it was just that initial burst there that got him, and then Buda did force him backwards. But that's a big pickup on fourth down. And fresh set of downs. 11 minutes to go. We'll see if Stony Point wants to chew some clock up, get a nice extended drive here, and go up 2 possessions. Milligan taking the read option. Now cutting back upfield, and it's going to be a hold, it looks like, from the wide receiver. I think that was Rhymes. Referee immediately signaling hold. As it stands, Milligan will be out at the 30-yard line.
Man, they're having good runs. It's just when you get to that, when they're getting to this edge right here, it's just these receivers holding a lot, and I'm pretty sure it's just their excitement building up. Don't want to be the reason why he gets tackled, so try to hold on for a little extra, but not going to give it to him this game.
Just self-punishing errors. Still going to be first down. Going to be first and I think 5. Just judging on where the hold was. Troyer will hand it off to Lloyden now. Finds the crease, spins into a tackle, and he's down about a yard or 2 short of the first down. Second down upcoming.
Back on the field. Good to see it back on the field. Makes the tackle. Gain of 4.
Good chunk play from him. Lloyden's really been kind of the workhorse again. Last week we saw him put up 13 carries for 52 yards and no touchdowns, but still kind of getting those crucial yards, cutting back. And
yeah, he did very great last game. Unsung hero right there. Really great runs. Really got him first downs as they're going back to him.
Bouncing outside, shifty legs, and that extra speed. We saw him, I think it was on one of the first couple plays of the second half, we saw him take the ball outside and either on an outside sweep or something. You just saw the speed of him. It was like he shot out of a cannon when he reaches that full speed.
He's just so quick, and then he's just so low to the ground, like we keep stating in this game. It's very important for a running back to have that combination of speed, mobility, and then also power, as we see that he likes to cut outside, but he can get inside when he needs to.
Good pull there from Troyer. Cuts upfield, spins, and picks up a couple instead of handing it off to Lloyden, who was tackled immediately. Haven't seen too much from the passing game here in the second half. It's been predominantly on the run from both squads.
Yeah, and I feel like they're trying to run this clock down just a little bit. If you're with either team, to keep the lead right now, and then for the Jags to keep, this offense off the field when they get the ball.
I'm sure we talked about it last week. Having such an asset, a good running game 4 times like this, where you can give your defense a bit of a rest and keep your offense out there while also churning the clock with the lead. As now Calbus in, and a couple of Jaguars sniffing it out. Let's pick up maybe half a yard, though. Good effort from Kenneth Calbus. Under 9 minutes to go here. I'm not sure the stat numbers, the how many yards this Tigers offense have, but I'm pretty sure it's less than the 500 they had last week. It's still been a pretty solid offensive performance, especially after the kind of slow start in that first half, but not close to the 500 that they had last week, as now Troyer will take it under pressure. Pass broken up. Stony Point fans wanting a flag. Kind of a bang-bang play there.
And as you were stating, it's just the important thing is just to keep the clock running, keep the score up, and a win is a win. Stats low or high, a win is still a win, and that's what these Tigers are trying to do right now.
Yeah, the only thing that matters in terms of stats is how many wins. They don't ask how you get them, they just ask how many wins you have at the end of the season.
There you go.
Another fourth down. Troyer all day to throw, has some room if he wants it. Instead finds a wide open Tristan Rhymes sitting down in the zone, and
that was a dart right there.
That was a dart.
I mean, all day in the pocket. He could have been in La La Land for all he cared, and he still made that a beautiful dart. Nice way to find green and get down and keep the chains moving.
He could have picked that up with his legs, I think, too, but instead kept his eyes downfield. And both quarterbacks do a really solid job when they're in the pocket, when they have so much green space in front of them, trying to pick the best play available. As now we've got Rhymes in motion to the left side. Lloyden will again turn on the speed and pick up about 4 there.
And yeah, as you were stating, I mean, these quarterbacks are just so smart, and they're only getting smarter nowadays. I mean, he could have picked it up with his legs if he wanted to, showing that arm off, you know. Very beautiful play in general right there. As we're starting to see these Tigers getting the momentum on their side, building, and this is where they want to be. When they get momentum like this, they usually close out games pretty good.
Right, 7:45 left to go in the game, 2nd and 7. Lloyden, again, may not pick up much as this one kind of starting to move forward, and then now they finally blow the whistle. Picks up about 3. Clock will continue. You're in field goal range for Tyler White. You did see the extra point, though, get kind of tipped but still go through last time you scored, so that's got to be in the minds of the Stony Point coaches. Can you keep your protection? You already saw a block punt as well, so I'm guessing that'll be something that's focused on in practice. Troyer firing back. Arroyo just out of the reach, had to turn his body midair and couldn't make the catch. Another 4th down upcoming.
And I'm seeing these receivers very patient with their routes that they're running. I mean, very patient again, as I'm pretty sure this is the same receiver who went up and over the first time, huh? So he's a very patient route runner.
I just kind of got caught up at the end and had to turn his body last minute, just an awkward position to jump up and make a grab.
Yeah.
4th and 5 here from the Jaguar 18, and offense still out there on the field. They've converted a few 4th downs. Troyer going forward to James, and Stony Point fans wanting a flag. Boy, James put a double move on the defender and kind of looked like he was being held up at the end. I don't know if it was a catchable ball, but turnover on downs, and well, I gotta say, I don't know what you do there. I don't think it's a lose-lose either situation. You're still up by 3.
Yeah.
It's not a guaranteed field goal by any means.
Yeah, exactly what you stated. I mean, not a lose-lose, and whether they made it or not, it's for this defense to stand out right here, make a stop right here, and prove, and just come out with the win.
And even if they made that field goal, still would have been a 1-possession game, as now Tello throws it out into the flat. Another solid tackle from a defensive back. Under 7 minutes to go. Jags have 3 timeouts. We saw them use about 6 or so minutes in that at the end of the first half before the interception by Deshaun Jones.
They don't have to be in a rush to try to get down the field. They've got plenty of time to chew some clock out. It's up to this defense right now to make a stop, though.
We saw Stony Point have a lot of success on the ground, and Johnson getting near the first down. They're going to give it to him. Tough to see who the ball carrier was. I think that might have been Eric Baea. Actually, no, that was Beck. Jason Beck. Fresh set of downs from the 30-yard line. Under 6 minutes to go. A lot of hands on hips. Still very toasty. Even though the sun is well set. Tello tries the right side. Turns the corner, and well, he's going to be close to a first down. I think they're going to give it to him. They are.
It's exactly 10 yards to the 40. That's enough for a Johnson Jaguar first down.
Tello doing a lot more on the ground than through the air, but not too shabby through the air either. He's been a solid player for this Jaguar offense.
Yeah, and like you said, making it happen on his legs pretty much today, but being a solid key part of this offense.
I don't think they were set at the offensive line. This might be false start. It is. So one of the few, we haven't seen too many false starts or holding penalties from this Jaguar offense. It's been predominantly, I'd say, Stony Point with the offensive line issues tonight.
Do what?
Yeah, and like you stated, not too many from this team, from this Jaguars team. As we can see, it gets very hard when you're behind the sticks, though.
1st and 15. Now let's see if they can fight back, or is Stony Point defense going to stop them here. They need to get to midfield. Quick slant. Boy, tough completion, but catch is made at the 45-yard line.
Defender was right there. He wasn't lost in it. Tried to put his hand in there, just a sure-handed grab by the receiver there. Not too much you can do about that.
Yeah, Jaden Garcia there on the catch. 2nd and 6. Tello cuts back and forth and picks up maybe 2. 3rd and about 4. And another man down. This is must be a Tiger defensive lineman. 4:57 to go. We'll step aside for a quick break. Tigers up by 3. Jags matriculating down the field when we come back to Dragon Stadium.
Y'all listen up. Let me tell you something about group meals from Rudy's Barbecue. It's got all you need for all the folks you gotta feed, smoked meat, sides, and more. There's everything down to the tablecloth, just like the one that you see at the store. And a bridal shower, it's better than flowers. And a long business meeting, it'll pass the hours. It'll feed all the cousins at a family function. It's better than potluck at a church luncheon. Next time you need to feed 10 or more, call and order a Rudy's group meal.
Next in line.
Howdy, y'all. It's the day tripper Chet Garner here for my friends at Don Hewlett Chevrolet Buick, and thank you for tuning into some great Stony Point football. Now, I know you're aware of the great deals on brand new vehicles at Don Hewlett in Georgetown, but did you know Don Hewlett carries hundreds of pre-owned vehicles too? So if you have a first-time driver in your home, like I do, and need a reliable pre-owned vehicle, check out Don Hewlett. Stop by today or visit online at donhewlett.com, and let's go Tigers.
Big 3rd down upcoming here as big man inside TJ Daniel walks to the sideline under his own power. Handoff going to the side, ankle tackled. I think they're going to mark him about a half-yard short. They are.
He is short of the line to gain by 1 yard, a gain of 3.
I think that might have been Desmond Farrell.
It is 4th down and 1 yard.
Right here, let's see who can get this, if they can pick up the first, or this defense can do what they've been doing all game and getting these big stops.
4 minutes and 20 seconds left.
Crowd loud.
We're right at midfield here. Couple Tigers crowding the line. Tello up front and push back about 1.5 yards. Big stop for the Tigers. Turnover on downs.
Been doing it all game. I mean, this defense, when it matters the most, they're standing out. Crowd hyping them up, getting behind them. Very good defensive rep right there to make a stop. And now the Tigers are looking for they're looking to end it right here. So
yeah, 4:05 to go. All they have to do is bleed some clock here. They did it last week on a couple drives that ended in scores. Can they do it here? Well, you can't say enough about this defense. Only allowing 7 points of the 14 that are on the board for Johnson. And it's been a really solid effort all around. All 3 levels, from the front line to the linebackers to the secondary. It's been a solid effort all around. And got to be happy if you're this Stony Point coaching staff, as first carry from Lloyden picks up a couple under 4 minutes to go.
And like you stated, I mean, these coaches got to love it. Defense, last game in this game, defense is an important thing to this team. And I want to say that's their foundation right there, is their defense. Making these big stops, giving their offense chances. to make some plays, and their offense, you know, they complement each other like they're supposed to. It's just a perfect yin and yang relationship, and that's what you gotta love to see as a coach for a football team in whole.
Rhymes goes in motion, 2nd and 8. Lloyden trying the left side and slipped, tried to cut it up field, and just be stopped just shy of the 40, about to the 41. They're going to say the 42-yard line. And if you take a big picture, if you zoom out and take a big picture of the season, of the 4 halves that we played, the defense has only allowed, or the defense has shut out the other team in 2 of those 4 halves. So you can't count the 7 points that were on the blocked field goal here. You had 0 points allowed to Eastview in the first half of last game. So 2 of the 4 halves you're pitching shutouts. That's great if you can keep that momentum, if you can keep that maintained. I'd be surprised if anyone could do that for half the halves in the season, but just a great start to the season as Calbeck a little bit in pressure, and boy, that was just too high of Rhymes.
Yeah, just a little too high. I mean, this offense just gotta, you know, right there I thought they would have drove it a little bit, but it's okay. I mean, defense been making a big stop.
And they did take a minute and a half off the clock.
Exactly, you know.
Now we're going to play the field position game.
And this team believes in their defense, and after what I've been seeing, I mean, I believe in them too. I mean, very rounded as a whole, like you stated. All right, kick.
This punt high in the air, takes a nice bounce. They got to go down and down it, and it stops down about the 3.5-yard line. Alameda Aurora Day with a couple punts. That's the second one, I believe, that's gone down inside the 5.
He's just making it tough for this offense.
Beautiful punt. Alameda Aurora Day is the Australian. Usually the Australian punters are the ones that make it to college, and Aurora Day might have a future as a punter. Who knows?
There you go. I mean, that was he has it in his blood.
So 96 yards the Jaguars have to go in 2 minutes and 22 seconds. They've got 3 timeouts to do it, plus the 2-minute timeout. But a tall task here is Stony Point defense has been tough. Tello halfway in his end zone, rolling to his left. Ball tips out, and they're going to say incomplete pass. They are. Boy, tough to see from how far away we are from here, but the ball his arm was coming forward, but I didn't see the ball in it. We're too far away to kind of make any complete call. No instant replay, obviously, here. We don't have the aid of, the NFL cameras.
Yeah, that's very risky. I mean, this defense is getting to it. They're not making it easy for this Jaguars team. And these Jaguars can't expect them to make it easy. I mean, these Tigers have been on it all day on defensive side.
Tello firing out, getting some breathing space, and I was just about to say, it's tougher as an offense when the defense knows what you're going to do as an offense. And now a Tiger slow to get up. We'll play on here. First down, getting close to the 2-minute timeout. Substitution for the Tiger player. That was J.C. Amichia. Headed out to the sideline. 2-minute timeout. 17-14. Stony Point maintains the advantage here. We'll take another quick break. Hopefully our final one of the night. And come back for an exciting 2 minutes from Dragon Stadium.
Hey Tiger fans, thank you for tuning in to tonight's game. Chip here for Hewlett Volkswagen in Georgetown. We've all heard the term, teamwork makes the dream work, and it's on display every game night here in Stony Point Country. My friends at Hewlett Volkswagen are a great team as well. They surprise customers every day with how fun it can be to buy a car at Hewlett Volkswagen. When you love where you work and what you do and it becomes fun, the customers sometimes join in. Maybe even dance a little. So come see for yourself at I-35 in the Westinghouse exit or HewlettVW.com.
2 minutes and 86 yards to go for this Jaguar offense. They've got 1st and 10 from the 14. Tello, the quick out route. He's going to be stopped in bounds. And again, number 13 has been everywhere today. Reed Hoyle, take a bow, sir.
Yeah, he's a for sure tackler. I mean, once he gets his arms around you, you're pretty much not going nowhere. And he's been making it hard all day. We've been seeing his number and his hat in every single play.
Stops him for 5 yards, but more importantly, I think, stops him in bounds. And Jaguars are kind of letting this play clock run down. They snap out 11 and now run the ball here. And getting out of bounds is Johnny Beck, picking up the first down, but more importantly, let a lot of time go off the clock. Minute 21. Again, they still have those 3 timeouts, but now 75 yards to go. So kind of inching their way when they don't really have the time to do so. Going to need to air it out a little bit more, break a run or two.
Yeah, he's trying to go for these short passes that you've seen right there.
Beck tripped up in the backfield, saving some extra yards.
And falls down at the 27 after a gain of 2.
Only a gain of 2 there. Of no back in the game, TJ Daniel. Good showing from Joshua Landry in relief. But the sophomore will be back in after stepping out for a couple plays. Tello rolling out and being forced out of bounds. Nope, they're going to say he stayed in bounds. Jaden Garcia will not make his way out of bounds, and now they call a timeout, Buda, with 43 seconds left. What will be a 3rd and 8. So it's been tough throughout this game. If you're Stony Point, your defense has done exactly what you've wanted to. It's been the bend, don't break. You haven't given up a lot of the big plays. We had one run, I think, after the fumble in that 3rd quarter, but other than that, you haven't let up very many big plays.
Yeah, and time winding down, as you stated, the Jaguars, they can't be going for these short passes like they're doing, trying to hope that one breaks loose. It's just not going to work with this defense right here. Man, I think the quarterback just gets a lot of pressure when he's trying to drop back for those long passes. See the crowd rumbling.
At 3rd and 7. Got 43 seconds left and a false start. That's not what you want, especially coming out of a timeout. Coach Sam Carlin for Buda not too thrilled about that. And that'll make this 3rd down conversion even tougher.
12 yards to go for Johnson at the 23.
Put 2 seconds back on the clock, so it's still 43 seconds left. Going back to pass, throwing up a 50-50 ball is Tello, underthrown, and boy, Stony Point players pointing towards the ground. But they're going to say it was a catch at the 45-yard line. Boy, that ball looked to be underthrown. But it's going to be a catch inbounds, but stop the clock to set the ball. Clock's now running with 30 seconds left. From the Stony Point 45, rolling out left. And falling about 1.5 yards short, Tello's pass incomplete.
A huge play right there for this Jaguars team. Came underneath. Didn't see it clearly if he was in or not, but the refs ruled it in. So, huge chunk play.
Yeah, there were a lot of Stony Point bodies in front, so we didn't really have a great angle of it. Referees kind of came together and discussed a little bit before deciding it was a catch. 26 seconds left, 2nd and 10. Tello going to take it and run. Going to be taken down for a 1st down, so we'll stop the clock. Oh, they set the ball. Do they want to use another one of their timeouts? They've got 2 left. And the scoreboard is wrong. The scoreboard is showing that they have 3. It is a timeout for the Jags. The PA announcer has it right. They do have 1 timeout left. Scoreboard says they have 3. It'll be 18 seconds left. Ball is at the 34. Now this is where field goals could come into play here. Do you want to play for the field goal? You've got 1 timeout to stop the clock. And from right here, I think it'd be about a 44-yard field goal. So definitely want to make it a little bit easier.
Definitely. So, like you stated, one more timeout. I mean, it's do or don't here for this Jaguars team. They have to really think about this play and what they want to do as they've seen in previous drives.
Need another 50-50 ball to connect, and they want to keep this game going. Tello going for the 50-50 ball. Ball is up, and the flag comes out. Joaquin Pena with the arm around the waist of the receiver. Tack on 15.
Pass interference is the call against Stony Point. It'll be a 15.
Again, they had 96 yards to go when we started this with 2:22 left. And now they've got 1st and 10, 13 seconds left. And definitely in field goal range. Not a gimme, but definitely a lot safer. Tello going back. He's got a man in the end zone. Incomplete pass. Boy, the safety made that one really tough. Excellent coverage. Corey Jones coming at the last second.
And they're trying to go for that mismatch right there. The receiver had a little bit extra height. That safety, like you said, making the play, getting there at the right time. And that's what you want to see in a safety. At the right place, at the right time, baiting them a little bit, incomplete, 9 seconds left.
And doing it without contact, without any defenseless receiver play here. Interesting call here. You got 9 seconds. They do have a timeout, but if the play goes longer than 9 seconds, you're done, and they get a sack, and that's what you don't want. Making this field goal even tougher. Do they call timeout? They do with 2 seconds left.
And like you stated, I mean, this defense stands out at the right moment. I mean, that's what's been impressive about these Tigers. I mean, you think you count them out, and then boom, right back out it. Kicker still has a chance to make it, but like you stated, I mean, it just makes it hard for this kicker. You're going to have all this crowd noise and stuff like that. It's going to be a tough kick right here.
The sack made by Jeremiah Barber, who went out earlier with an injury and came back and made a huge play there. Ball is at the 29.5-yard line. 2 seconds left. We'll have the potential game-tying kick upcoming here. And not too many fans on their seats right now. The band's starting to play and get louder. A lot of hearts and mouths on the opposite side. Kicker sets up at the 46-yard line. Excuse me, the 36-yard line for a 46-yard field goal. The kick is up. Does it have the distance? It does. It is no good, actually, just a yard short. Boy, it looked like it had there, but it came down short. The Tigers hold on for the 17-14 victory to open the home season. Boy, that one looked good, but it came down in a hurry.
I mean, that's just an amazing game from both of these squads right here. Came down to the inch. That sack sealed it for him. And like you stated, he was injured, came back and made a game-winning sack. You just love to see it, man.
We talked about distance. I mean, that sack, all the difference right there. You know, pushing them back, pushing them out of field goal range. Essentially, I mean, that one, it wasn't by much. The referees were actually kind of like squatting down and looking at it. I thought it had gone through, or like maybe it hit the crossbar or something, but no, about a half-yard short. And Stony Point hangs on for the 17-14 victory.
2-0 for this team. Defense, making statements both games. And I love a defensive game. I mean, we love offense. We love it all the time. But when you have a hard-hitting defense, that really matters in these coming-up district games, these postseason. It just makes it tough.
And I got to say, if you're the Stony Point coaching staff, you got to have a big smile on your face. This was an all-around team win. Yes, there are things that you can improve on. There's always going to be things you can improve on. Obviously, special teams was an issue a little bit tonight with the block punt and everything. but you got the win. That we talked about that. The only stat that matters is what's the number in your win and loss column, and you won. You're 2-0. You're headed out to Vandergrift for the opening of district play. You get a nice little boost of morale here. As a team, just a great victory tonight.
Yeah, that's what you love to see. And film, like you stated, got a lot of things to work on, but definitely deserve their little desserts for tomorrow for film. Great game from these Stony Point Tigers.
We'll sign off here. Jacoby Cabot to my right. Tyler also is with you on the call here from Dragon Stadium. We'll send you into the weekend, I guess. It's not the weekend. It's Thursday. Got to remind myself I got work tomorrow. Thursday night football tonight. Hope you watch the rest of the Cowboys-Eagles game. And we will see you next Friday, not Thursday, but Friday at Vandergrift. That game at 7 p.m. Buda will fall to 0-2 and play Austin High next Thursday. That game at 7 p.m. Final score here, Tigers 17, Jaguars 14. This has been a production of High School Football here on Vype Live.
You've been watching Stony Point Tigers football on the Vype Live Network, presented by our MVP sponsor, the Stacy Group. Our diamond sponsors, Don Hewlett Chevrolet Buick, Hewlett Volkswagen, and Rudy's Texas Barbecue. And our platinum sponsors, Ally Medical Emergency Room and Club Car Wash. Stony Point Tigers football on Vype Live is also brought to you by our gold level sponsors, Active Sports Therapy and Rehabilitation, Buddy's Burger, Marco's Pizza, Premier Roofing, TJSN4 Vision Photography, and VeraBank. And our blue level sponsors, Alley's Way, Corridor Title, First Texas Bank, Mighty Fine Burgers, Prosperity Bank, Rita's Italian Ice and Frozen Custard, and Tony C's Pizza. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Vype Live.